All right. How y'all doing? Bonsoir. Wherever y'all at, hope y'all doing okay. All right, cool. So at this point, you either have purchased the stems or you want to look into purchasing them, and you want to see what the you want to see what it's all about and understand, right? Because I put a brief video out explaining how everything works and all that on IG like a little while ago. So here's a further breakdown and a little tutorial on everything. I'm gonna try to make it as short, sweet, and as simple as possible. So fast. Let me go ahead and turn the traditional OG music off. All right, cool. If you know that music, by the way, you know that song, you a real one. All right, let's get into it. So if you do not have the full version of Ableton, if you download the demo, once you download it, you get it for free for life. It's not like a trial that's gonna end. When you get the free trial, you have it for life. So you can have this forever. So you download it. So the way I set this up, if that's what you have, the free version, the free version only gives you 8. So you'll have 8 going across. But I used only 7. So you'll have that set the 8th column free and available to do whatever it is you want. So the way I set it up is the first 4 rows, as y'all could see. Cool. All right, so row, that's not 4. There's 4. All right, cool. Excuse me. So the first 4 rows, as you can see, row 1 through 4. All right. So these are all the major stems. Okay. I have videos on what platform? YouTube, the website itself, and Facebook and an IG, all that good jazz that shows you, like the best parts of each one of these samples, so you can see what it is that you're getting, so you can know what they all sound like. Because I can't spend time playing every single last one of these and letting you hear. So go to the website, YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, and you'll hear what every single last one of these sound like. The website is better. It'll have all of these individually, so you can hear what you're getting. Cool. So if you have the demo, this is what you'll have. You'll have these 4 or these 7 tracks, and then you'll have the first 4 major, and then the last 4 rows from row 5 to 8 is all the minor ones. If you have a creative ear and if you could finesse like that, you can have both major and minor. You could like cross use it. You could use some of the major ones for the minor songs and some of the minor ones for the major songs. And if you have the full version of Ableton, let me show y'all what you finna have. Nah, don't save nothing. All right. If you have the full version of Ableton, this is exactly what when you go to the website, buy the stems, is exactly what the project is going to look like when you open it. We have every single key all together in one project. And then here, I'll talk about this later. Here you have worship click tracks. Let me just play a few. Why not? Y'all know what these sound like. Y'all have heard these before. Right. Why not? Let me play this. All right, great. All right, this last one, why not? Let me play real quick. It's just a kick drum for if you want a kick drum. Just more options. So next year, I'm gonna let y'all know this because you're here watching this video. Next year, or in a few months from now, when we do the second drop, we do the part 2 or the expansion pack, volume 2, whatever you want to call it. God willing, next year in a few months. How I showed y'all the version for the people who don't have the full version of Ableton, that 8th column is empty. It will be full and it will have bass, because most of y'all know a lot of small people, or majority of us, it's just a keyboardist and a drummer. So if you don't have a bass player or a good one, that 8th column will be bass, but it'll be there for y'all, and it'll be, of course, in every key. So why don't I just let y'all see what those sound like for the one time. Here's what the bass snippets sound like. Tale. Another one. want y'all to hear that. Sheesh. I'm wait. Yeah, this is gonna be what's happening next year. Y'all stay tuned. Yeah, harmony, all of that. All right, cool. So y'all see what that sound like. So for y'all who have the full version of Ableton and you buy the bundle, you'll have worship stems, worship click tracks, and everything, all 12 keys all together. For practicality, real quick, why not? Let me just do this real quick. All right, let's go up a key. Want to go back down? Cool. So you have more flexibility when you have the full version of Ableton. All right, cool. So let's get into the nitty gritty. So I already showed y'all first 4 rows major, last 4 minor. Now let's get into the controls and everything. So like y'all were asking me, and I get a bunch of DMs and all of that good stuff of what these are. So this is a, what is this? Novation, right? Novation Launchpad. So it's the one that lights up and it, you know, has all the colors, and the colors on here will match exactly what's up on there. And it's 8x8 because they matched everything to match the demo version of Ableton. And then this one is an Akai APC Mini. You'll see it has 8 faders, and then it has a 9th one right here. This one is so for volume control on here. So you see how there's faders here, and then the 9th one is the master fader here. So with this one, it's a little bit like thicker and a little bit larger and heavier, but also there's no color. It's just one color on this. It'll light up green for whenever you're playing it, and then everything is just yellow, I think, on here. But this one is skinnier, it's more portable, and it has all the colors that are on here will be on here, so it'll mirror exactly what your project looks like. So if you can't get these, then I will show you real quick how you can use your keyboard from your computer, your laptop, whether you have Windows, Mac, whatever, it does not matter. You could use the literal keyboard on your laptop to control stuff in the like Midi map and everything. So let me give you guys a quick look. So you know what? I'm gonna even use the demo version. So for y'all who have the demo version, let me show y'all. Let me use you guys as what you guys' project will look like, for example. All right, so as y'all see, we are here. This is what the people who have the demo version of Ableton is looking at. All right, so let's get into the controls. As you can see at the top here, there's one that says key, and there's one that says MIDI. I have a MIDI right next to me. So if you have a computer, a MIDI controller, whatever it is, you can like trigger, you could MIDI map certain buttons on your keyboard or your MIDI controller to or these as well, the launchpad things I just showed you. You could click on this, click on whatever the thing is, and then you press whatever button you want, and that'll be like what triggers it. And if you don't want to go that option, the more simpler option that I advise y'all do, you press on key, and then this is for your keyboard on your computer, laptop or desktop, does not matter. Keyboard is a computer keyboard, right? So you make sure you click on it and it's highlighted. Hope like watch the screen, see where like my mouse is at. It's highlighted right there, right? So for simplicity, let me make sure y'all could see this. Hold on, I gotta wait for it to focus. Can y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can see or not. All right, cool. You see the number 1. I'm doing this backwards, my bad. So boom, you see how top here, number 1 is number 1. It doesn't matter. You could put, if you want, number 1 as 2. It does not matter. But just to keep it simple and easy for you, 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 5 or 6. What is that? 6. I'm trying to do this backwards, so bear with me. 6 has 6. We'll put the start button. We'll press go for that. We'll put G, lowercase g for go, and then that's the stop button. We'll put S for stop, and then we'll put this as we'll do E for emergency. Where's E at? because this one will stop on the downbeat. Let's see here. All right, let's do this. Let's put M for metronome. Hope y'all are looking at the screen. You saw that? I put the metronome for M. Most importantly, maybe the most important MIDI map on this thing. Put y'all can put whatever, but I put for tempo tap, I put the letter T because it makes sense and it's very simple, and you know it's easier that way. And then another thing that I advise y'all do, you see the S buttons at the top, at the bottom. Click that, and I'll just do it this way, like so it could be in a row. What is that? Z. Next one. X. Next one. C. Next one. V, B, N, and then I'll do that. Oh no, I'll do this. All right. Cool. So, all right, that should be it. All right. So the reason why I did those random letters at the bottom is because it goes in a row, and it's just simpler that way instead of having stuff scattered all over the place. So 1 through 8, and then, you know, the solos 1 through 8 at the bottom. So whatever's closest to each other. All right, so let me give y'all an example real quick. That is not loud enough. All right, there we go. All right, let's say y'all starting off, right? So T. T is for tempo tap, remember? So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And that's the tempo. One thing that I advise you guys of, let me let y'all know this right now. Let's open this back up. All right, so look at the screen here. Let's say, for example, you see how we put lowercase s for stop? Let's say you wanted to map like one of the samples. Why not, right? And you also map it S. So look what happens when I press S. You know, the volume's up, you know. Even if I solo it, volume's up, nothing's happening. That's because you double map something. So you have the same button on two different things. So I have it on the stop button and on this thing right here, so it won't play. So let's take S off here and just put S here, right? Now look. Now it's playing because S is only on one button right now. You can't have one button doing more than one thing. So make sure y'all be aware of that. Same thing, let's do it for two let's see. Let's just do it for these two, right? Cool. All right, so let's try it with 2 samples. Let's try it for 2 samples. Hold on. Let's try it with 2 samples. If you want to do 2 samples, same letter. Hold on. If you want to do 2 samples with the same letter, it'll work, and it'll trigger both at the same time. But make sure you don't have a sample and then, like, you know, a solo button at the same time, or a sample and then one of the main controls, or like the volume at the same time, or it won't work. Okay, so, and then last rule of thumb, please, what do you guys see here? So we had mapped it lowercase t. Now I'm gonna turn caps lock on. Look on the side here. There's glare because of the ring light, but come on. All right, hopefully y'all see that. You see the caps lock is on. Now it's off, on, off. All right, so I'm gonna turn caps lock on. So now this is capital T now. I'm gonna try tempo tap. Let me turn this off. All right, caps lock is on right now. I'm gonna try the tempo tap. Nothing's happening. I'm gonna try stop. Nothing's happening. I'm gonna try go. Nothing's happening. So be careful, because this happened to me. Be very careful when you're mapping this. If you map it lowercase t, make sure your caps lock is off when you're playing, because you'll be playing, right? And then you'll be trying to tap and nothing's happening while your caps lock is on and you mapped it as lowercase t. If you map it as, now let me go over here, turn caps lock on. Now you see I have a capital T here. Now with caps lock on and now it's capital T, I'm tapping it. Now it's working. So be very careful. Parlez-nous. So don't don't DM me or nothing. Make sure you rewatch that part to fully understand it. Capital will work only with capital, and if you map something as lowercase, it'll only work when your keyboard is on lowercase with caps off. So make sure when you guys are freaking out while you're playing because stuff isn't working the way it should be, all right, so y'all make sure y'all pay attention to that. Yeah, that's it. That's simple. That's easy. So let's use it in practicality real quick. Let's I know y'all see there's a lot of tabs opened up here for different services. We might not get through all of these. Let's do. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all. So y'all just did it. Hold on. Y'all just did it with me. We turned key on and we mapped everything, right? So we put M as metronome. Let's say you still have on your mixer, you have the click track only in your ears. You didn't put it outside to the house for everybody to hear yet. And you want the drummer to catch up. You can turn the mixer on, right? Because we had pressed M for that. Turn it off whenever you're ready to put it outside to everybody. All right, cool. So now we're going to tempo tap with our, laptop keyboard or PC keyboard, whatever, in real time. All right, ready? Let's see. 2, 3, 4. Not quite there. Try one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 118. Let's try speeding up. All right, so we're about like 119, right? Right. Let's say you want to play the first row, right? Remember, we mapped row 1 for 1. Right? All right. They finished, right? Remember we had mapped the solos. All right, remember that worship stem that we talked about in another video? We have the worship stem on here, so we just soloed, right? Whatever button that you pick on your keyboard to solo. Now listen. All right, let me turn them down. They're loud. Right? So this is soloing right now, right? And then you can just start playing talk music, whatever, and then, press S for stop. Cool. So y'all saw how I did that. So if you don't want to get the launch pads or, you don't want to map it with your keyboard, you do it with your computer keyboard, tempo tap. Let me give y'all a quick piece of advice, man. If you have the chance to start before they start singing, like you could have just the drummer rumble and then you play this. You start the track, y'all start at a BPM, because this is the layout. The singer, the lead, follows the drummer follows the track. That's how this situation goes. If they start before you, you guys tempo tap, catch up to them, and then after you catch up to them, you can adjust the tempo, one slower, one faster, whatever. But if, let's say, they started before you guys, this is a rule of thumb. Always, wherever you tempo tap at, if they started before you and you tempo tap to get in and, you didn't perfectly get it, like, straight on the BPM, speed up, trust me. Because if you slow down one, they will stop everything and call y'all out, like, musicien yo, like, trust me, it happened to me before. And you're already introducing something new, so you want to make sure that you're on point. Of course, there's going to be trial and error. It's not going to be perfect overnight, but this trick works, trust me, because how people usually do lulange is when they're doing the verse and they're singing the chorus and repeating. They're at a BPM, but when it's time to lage and they start mashi and kompa and they're doing like call and response with the audience, and they just repeating the same phrase over and over again towards the end, that's when they speed up a little bit. So if you can get like at least halfway to what that tempo is, so you tempo tap, right? And let's say we had, for example, what we just caught them at,